Welcome sa zip9.com. This video tutuloy natin yung ating series about rational expressions, no? And kung sinusundan nyo itong series natin, ang ginagawa natin ay ang pag-divide ng rational expressions, no? Sabi natin sa mga previous videos, ang pag-divide ng rational expressions, no? Just copy the dividend and then yung division gagawin nating multiplication and then get the reciprocal of the divisor. So dito, ang dividend natin ay c squared minus 4. Gagawin natin is kukopyahin lang natin siya, c squared minus 4. And then, over 2. And then, i-multiply natin sa reciprocal nitong ating denominator. No? So, ang reciprocal ng c minus 2 over 4 is just 4 over c minus 2. So, and then, before we multiply, tignan natin kung meron tayong pwedeng i-factor. So, ito yung c squared minus 4. This is a difference of 2 squares. So, may nakita kayong perfect square tapos perfect square separated by a minus sign. Ang tawag natin dyan is difference of 2 square. At ang factor niyan ay dalawa, no? Yung first terms ng dalawang yan ay square root nito, no? Yun ng c. Ang second terms nila ay square root ng 4, 2, and then yung isa sa kanila ay plus tsaka minus. No? So that's the standard method of factoring perfects or difference of two squares. No? And then over 2, and then times 4 over c minus 2. So kung makikita nyo, pwede tayong mag-cancel ng c minus 2. C minus 2 divided by c minus 2 is 1. So, dibahin natin yung kulay. So, c minus 2 divided by c minus 2 is 1. C minus 2 divided by c minus 2 is 1. So, we divide both these expressions by c minus 2 no, para magkaroon tayo o para makancel sila. Ito pwede din. Ano pwede natin i-divide? Pwede natin i-divide by 2, di ba? So, 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So, yung ating numerator ay c plus 2 times 1 times 2. So, that's 2 times c plus 2. And then, yung ating denominator ay 1 times 1. So, 1. Or simply, 2 times quantity, c plus 2. Or, gusto nyo naman, 2c plus 4. No? So, most of the teachers, I think, mas prefer nila na pag natapos na lahat, you distribute. No? So, pero kung ako, pag nandito na to, okay na sa akin yan. But, of course, you have to talk to your teacher kung anong mas preferred nila. But most of the time, ito. No? Next, we have p squared. Ito naman yung ating denominator, yung p squared plus q squared. Tapos ito naman yung ating numerator. So this is equal to p to the 4th minus q to the 4th over 2. This is our denominator. So sabi natin, pag wala siya kasama, pwede tayong maglagay ng over 1. So meaning, ang reciprocal niyan ay 1 over p squared plus q squared. And if we factor this, no? Diba yung this is difference of 2 squares pa rin. What is the square root of p to the 4th? Anong number, anong expression na pag binultiply mo sa sarili niya ay p to the 4th? This is p squared, because p squared times p squared is p to the 4th. So minus q to the 4th, minus q to the q squared, factor na natin. So that's difference of 2 squares, maging p squared plus q squared naman yun nandito. And then, over 2. No? Ito na yun, no? Factor nito is ito. Itong dalawang ito. And then, times 1 over p squared plus q squared. So, makakancel din natin to. Again, we use a different color. So, this is equal to 1. This is equal to 1. So, as a general rule, pag nagka-cancel ka ng dalawang expressions na pareho or dalawang numbers na pareho, cross out mo lang yan and then you put 1 para hindi nyo kalimutan na meron palang 1 dyan. No? So, the answer is yung numerator natin ay p squared minus q squared, no? Times 1, which is p squared minus q squared. And then yung denominator natin ay yung 2. 2 times 1 is 2. Naging pula na siya. Anyway, that's the answer. Now for our last number, we have x cubed minus y cubed over x squared minus 2xy plus y squared. And we have x squared divided by x squared plus xy plus y squared over x plus y. So, i-rearrange natin as multiplication, yung division, sabi natin. We just copy the dividend. So, this x cubed minus y cubed over x squared minus 2xy plus y squared. And then we multiply with the reciprocal of this. No? So, pareho lang yan. Pag nag-divide ka, you're actually multiplying the dividend by the reciprocal of the divisor. No? So, yan yung process. So, yung reciprocal nito is x plus y over x squared plus xy plus y squared. Okay? And then we simplify or we factor out. So, this is equal to anong factor nitong x cubed? This is difference of 2 cubes, no? So, pag may difference of 2 cubes ka, pinafactor yan. You get the cube root of this, you get the cube root of this. And then you have x minus y. And then yung susunod is, square mo yung first term, x squared. And then, pag minus ito, yung second term na magiging plus. And then, you multiply the 2xy. And then, plus y squared. So, parang napapansin nyo, pag nag-x minus y squared kayo, magiging x squared minus 2xy plus y squared. Anong pagkakaiba nila dito? Ito, merong minus, ito plus. Ito 2xy, ito xy. So, yun yung difference nila nung factor ng x minus y tsaka yung perfect square ng x minus y. Okay? And then, over, so na yan, no? X squared minus 2xy plus y squared. And then times x plus y, x squared plus xy plus y squared. This is x plus y over x squared plus xy plus y squared. E, pwede ba tayong i-cancel? Oh, I think we can factor this, no? This is a perfect, this is x squared x minus y times x minus y. This is a perfect square trinomial. X minus y times x minus y. Okay, so we can, pwede natin itong i-cancel. Magiging 1. Kalimutan ko palagi ng kulay. So, magiging 1 ito, magiging 1 ito. Pareho sila, diba? And then, magiging 1 ito, magiging 1 ito. So, the correct answer is 1 times 1 times x plus y. Ang ating numerator ay x plus y. At yung ating denominator ay 1 times x minus y times 1. X minus y. So, ito yung pinakasagot natin. Okay? I think hindi na tayo masyadong magtatagal dito sa division kasi actually division is just multiplication and I've given you already a lot of examples on multiplication of rational numbers, no? So basically ang mga skill na kailangan natin dito para natin ma-master ito ay una yung factoring, no? Dapat familiar kayo. Hindi ko na siya masyadong explain dito, no? Kasi ang assumption dyan ay marunong kayo mag-factor. Second, alam niyo dapat yung loss of exponents, no? Kasi syempre after mag-factor, after mag-cancel, later pwede ka rin mag-multiply, no? So, dapat alam mo yung loss of exponent, no? And then, syempre, mga distributive property na yan, which is opposite of factoring, no? So, dapat alam yan. Gusto ko yung invite sa ating website, no? Sipnayan.com, and yung ating YouTube channel, youtube.com/user/sip9ph. At syempre, meron tayong Facebook page sa facebook.com/sip9ph. Maraming salamat. See you in the next tutorial.